Hello everyone, it's me, Sponsors Guy, and this is part 2 of my review of Jurassic World. I hope you guys enjoyed part 1 of my review, so let's get started on part 2. So, let's get started. I really enjoyed the action scenes in this movie. The action scenes in this movie were 10 or 10 times better than the action scenes in all Jurassic Park movies. If I would name my favorite moment in Jurassic World, that will be the scene with the Indominus Rex versus the T-Rex. Now, I'm not going to be talking about it right now, but I'm going to do it in part 3. But, anyways, some of the other things I liked about this movie was that they made the dinosaurs. There was something special about them in this movie. I mean, the park, Jurassic World, looked seriously like a real theme park that could happen in 10 or 20 years in the future. It even has some restaurants in it. There's even a real website about it. That's how much effort they put in to this movie. It's just bloody amazing. That's just all I have to say about it. But anyways, yeah. So, I think it's now time that we are going to talk about the story in general. Well, the story begins, of course, with the Indominus Rex hatching out of his egg. And it was a sinister scene, I would say. The scene was just perfect for the creature itself. Even when it was so small, it looked so menacing. Like in the movie Gremlins, when you have the Gremlins, they look so menacing, and that's what makes them so cool. Even though they're small, they're very dangerous still. Then we cut to a scene where the kids are introduced, and they're immediately going to the park. Then they are introduced. Then we are introduced to Jurassic World in general and such. But I noticed that their aunt, Aunt Claire is not waiting for them, but her assistant. She was basically a babysitter for them. She didn't have much screen time. She was actually more of a background character. She had a few lines then and there, but she wasn't really relevant to the plot. Oh, and by the way, she gets eaten by the mosasaur. But anyways, their parents are getting divorced, and weirdly enough, this plotline is not continued. Yeah, I know. It's a little bit weird. We never knew if they were became divorced anyways, or they didn't. The only thing we knew about the parents is that they were going to get a divorce. That's it. Not much of a character development there. And then we get introduced to Simon Masrani, and we get our first, now not our first or second scene with the Indominus Rex, and this is also a suspenseful scene where Simon Masrani actually says, "This will give the parents nightmares." And then Claire asks if it's a good thing, and Masrani answers just by saying, "Yes, very good." And then we get introduced to Owen and raptors, and he saves a park worker from being eaten by the raptors. And there was also a interesting scene because he didn't have much control over them, because in the scene, yeah, the raptors actually launched at him at the last moment, but Owen could get away. And then we get introduced to Hoskins, the human villain of the movie. He has basically the idea to turn the dinosaurs into weapons. And this actually is a very interesting idea. I mean, that would probably happen. I mean, we trained dogs before, but we trained dogs and dolphins to do our dirty work. And it's just a very good move. I mean, we use animals for so many things, and that would probably happen to dinosaurs too. I mean, they're nature's perfect killing machines. But you're asking, what is going to happen to him? Well, that's how you're going to find out. in part 3 of my review. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a like, comment, and I will see you guys in part 3. Bye.